Anglo-Saxons didn't hunt very much because unless they were really rich, they didn't have time. Hunting for them was a leisure activity for rich men, kind of like how exotic game hunting is now. We do occasionally find wild animal bones mixed in with domesticated animal bones inside Anglo-Saxon trash heaps, but then when we do find them, they're usually some sort of fowl. But even then, a lot of those finds are debated because it turns out that early medieval domestic goose and duck bones are very similar to early medieval wild goose and duck bones. Either way, the vast majority of Anglo-Saxons spent the vast majority of their time farming. Even now, with our modern technology, farming is a ton of work. There is always something that needs to be done on a farm, always. In a pre-industrial society, there was pretty much non-stop work. In autumn, they have the harvest. Through winter, Anglo-Saxons would plow the fields. In spring, they have planting. Mixed in with that, you have repairing houses, repairing fences, training oxen, tending sheep, goats, pigs, and whatever other animals you may have, digging wells, making your own furniture, collecting firewood, which is used every single day. And a lot of things we take for granted now. Another thing to keep in mind is that you don't really have specialists in this time period. Most people were generalists and they had very diverse skill sets required for survival. They wore clothes they made, lived in houses they built. They ate what they themselves had farmed, cooked in ovens they had built, eaten off of bowls and dishes that they had also made. So farming is a lot of work. Hunting is also a lot of work, but with even more uncertainty. And it's not like they could just drive to Tractor Supply and get corn for the deer feeder. Every resource was precious and limited and had to be conserved. There is a reason our hunter-gatherer ancestors traded hunting and gathering for farming. Farming is unpredictable, but it is still more predictable than hunting and gathering. If you are a subsistence farmer, you and your family are depending on the stuff you're farming to survive, and you want to make the most out of your time, you're going to have to spend most of your time farming. In book 2 of my Viking and Anglo-Saxon inspired fantasy romance series, Senric mentions that he hasn't had a lot of time to hunt since becoming an alderman. This emphasizes that although Senric is the ruler of a shire roughly equivalent to a marquis, he is still poor for his station. He has to spend most of his time farming. If you want to learn more about Anglo-Saxon farms and farming, I recommend Anglo-Saxon Farms and Farming by Dr. Debbie Bannum. Book 1, Tears of the Wolf, and Book 2, Oath of the Wolf are out now. Book 3, Dominion of the Wolf, is now in the first round of edits and will be dropping to members of Elizabeth's Legion later this month, and we will be reopening the membership for signups around that time.